Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, somewhat of a different little video for you guys. We're going to discuss the difference of a complete bicycle that you can buy and a fully custom built up bike that you would see most of your typical pro bike riders are going to ride something like this. We're going to discuss some differences and some likenesses of each other's. And we're going to give this one a rip today to see what tricks are just as easy, what tricks may be harder on this bike versus this bike. And right here to my right here, we have a Sunday primer. This is a $489 complete bike. So sub $500 complete bike. And to be completely honest, this is an amazing deal for a complete. All the basics that you need. Straight cable. Unfortunately, the front hub does not look to be sealed, but that's okay. Big downfall to most complete bikes is going to be high tensile steel. There is a big difference from high tensile steel to chromoly, but for your beginner rider, that really doesn't matter. All that matters is you're on a bike and you're having fun. So let's go through it real quick. Sunday primer is high tensile steel with integrated head tube, as you can see. The fork is also high tensile steel. The bar is also high tensile steel. So that's really the main downfall, just the material. But other than that, man, it's a bicycle. It does have a rear sealed cassette hub in the back. That is a plus. You know, the front wheel, it is what it is. This how they keep the cost down on some of these bikes. You stay unsealed on some stuff. It does have a good set of Odyssey brakes. With the slick cable here, you know, they feel pretty dang good. Really, the only thing that I could see that I would change on this bike immediately, and this is just only my personal preference, in these clear pads. It has black pads with a black rim. They're not my jam. I like brakes to work really good, so that's really the only downfall to this bike that I see straight out of the box. Moving over to my custom built standard frame. It is a custom Geo on the frame. I'll run through that real quick. It is a 21-inch top tube, head tube 75.2, seat tube 71 degrees, standover of 8-inch, bottom bracket height of 11.75, rear end length is 12.75, slammed. It is slammed. Other things to note on this bike versus this bike, gyro versus straight cable. And I am a double cable all the way back style guy. And then I also have custom cable routing through the seat tube on this bike. Like I said, I need brakes that work extremely well. I do not like any flex. I just want my brakes to be on or off. So that is the main purpose of the cable routing. Profile hubs, titanium spokes. Those are gonna be where a lot of weight is saved on just the wheels themselves. Same 9-inch rise bars on both bikes. Difference front load versus top load stem. This will be a profile top load. Pivotal seat, 3-piece aluminum cranks versus a 3-piece. I'm gonna guess they're chromoly cranks on the Sunday. I'm not quite positive. 3-piece crank with tie spindle and tie bolts for the pinch bolts on these guys. Alienation brakes, my favorite Dirt Harry lever. Been running these for a very long time. And also another massive difference from bike to bike, which is part of the wheels, are tires. So these are Kevlar foldable tires, and I also have the Tubolito lightweight tubes in there. That is really the biggest difference from bike to bike on these, is just wheels and everything that is involved in the wheels. But other than that, like I said about this bike, it's a bike. Now, I am very picky on my bike. That's why it's custom Geo. I ride what exactly I want to ride. So that's where I think I'm gonna feel the difference, where a normal person may not from bike to bike. It's just gonna be handlebar placement and let it roll. Now, I did set up the Sunday to be as close to my bike as possible, and really all I can do is seat height and where the handlebars are at. Other than that, I mean, it's as close as we can get. Another big one, I run metal pedals currently on this bike, metal Rubin pedals. Best pedals ever made. versus just a plastic set. This is probably most likely another way to keep costs down on a complete bike. So let's see what kind of tricks we can do on these bikes. I'm gonna just run through some basic tricks on my bike and see if I can duplicate some of them on the complete, and just give you my thoughts on how they feel. All right, let's see you out there. All right, we're gonna start out with the basics. Tail tap, Fufanu 540 tail tap. We're gonna do it on my bike, and then we're gonna turn right around, do it on the complete. All right, let's see what it is. Oh, before I go, I'm going to mention, this is the very first roll-in on this bike. I haven't ridden it at all other than down the sidewalk at my house, so we're really going to test it. Another one that I forgot to mention while discussing the bikes, 60 pounds of pressure max in these tires, and they are maxed out. My bike tires, 95 PSI. And then also the weight of the bicycles, forgot that one earlier too. This bike is said to be on the internet 25.8 pounds. It's pretty heavy, at least in my book. My bike is in the 20 and a half range, so somewhere in between 20 and 21 pounds. So that's a massive difference. Anyway, let's get at it. That was the first run. Thoroughly surprised on how different the bike felt, to be completely honest. Just the feeling of the pedals was a big one for me. It's an odd thing to feel first go. Handlebars have different bends. Didn't realize that, obviously. Why would they be the same? Bike is heavier, rolls slower, but still rode good. I did those 3 first try. That was the very first clip on this bike. So let's try to get a little harder. I'm gonna see, I don't know. You'll see what I come up with. Try some harder tricks. Oh. I don't know if it's because they're brand new tires, but they slide on these metal ramps. We'll get a foot jam. We can get one. We'll find a grippier spot. Yeah, right there. Right there. There we go. The tires. Tires are quite a bit slicker. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's because they're still new, but yeah, I don't know. So that so far that's one downfall. It's not a big downfall, it's just me being particular. All right, let's move around. I think we're just gonna ride this bike for a little bit and see what we can come up with. Maybe jump the box a couple times. Did my first bar spin just fly out on the box, and I totally didn't even think about, is this a regular slick cable or a linear cable? It's regular slick cable, so twirl the suckers up, brakes get tight. So we're gonna try a bar to manual real quick, and as you can see, we are pre-wrapped. We're gonna have to pre-wrap these suckers. Oops, I dropped it. All right, let's do a bar to manual real quick. I'm gonna go move to a quarter for that. Boy, you don't think how much of a difference 5 pounds is, but 5 pounds on a BMX bike, I'm tired. I just throw some bar spins. I can feel the weight difference rolling for sure, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with the weight of the wheels, at least the front wheel on the bar. It's bar spinning really slow. So, and maybe it's just me in my head. That very well could be it, but I'm definitely struggling. But we are gonna get this. Oh, like I said earlier, clear pads are a must. The brakes they're not there. I mean, they work, but I would prefer them to work just slightly better. Oh, boy. Woo! All right, took way too many tries for the bar spin. But tail whip, tail tap, first try, I could really feel the weight on the whip. That is definitely something a lighter bike helps, tail whips. But boy, the main thing, I can get it done. So that means you can get it done. I might hop on my bike and do the same ones to see if you guys can notice the difference, if it looks like I'm struggling more or working more to do a bar to manual and a whip to tap. Whew, I'm gonna catch my breath too. Oh boy. Okay, back on my bike. I hope you can see the difference, because boy, I can feel it. Bar to manual first try, whip tap first try, both extremely easier compared to the other bike. Just simply weight. Weight is the main difference. I think that is the massive difference on BMX bikes. I'm a weight weenie. I have titanium bolts here, titanium bolts on the hubs, titanium driver. So just weight, weight, weight. All right, let's move around. Gotta hop back on the other bike. It's a little weird going from bike to bike. The feeling of the pedals, just the concave or layer lack of the other bike versus this bike, and the bar bend. So we're gonna do this a little bit more on the other bike, and we'll see what we can come up with. All right, we got some watchers here today. Say hi, guys. Say hi, guys. Hold on. All right, did a tire tap to foot jam, and then I did a bar spin to disaster. Forgot to pre-rack the cable, so hopping in, the brakes were pulling. Luckily, the pads don't work that well, so it just slowed me down. It didn't lock up the tire. But I think I'm at the limit of what I want to do on this bike today. It is a great value for what you're paying for. But as a bike rider that's ridden a very specific setup for many years, this is not for me, but this is perfect for you if you're looking for a complete that comes with semi-good parts. Got somebody following behind me, I don't know if you can see that. But anyways, let's have some fun on my bike real quick, and then we'll give a chat about both bikes at the end. It's many years of practice, my man.
I'm practicing.
Good, keep practicing.
I could, not on that bike, but on my bike,
Yeah?
I could 180 the box.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty dang good.
I can't do it on this one.
All right. You want to ride both of these bikes real quick and tell me which one you like?
Yeah, sure.
Xander's checking out the Sunday primer. He's going to give us his thoughts on it from a quick roll.
This one's really cool.
Do you like it?
Yeah. My grips look exactly like these.
Do they?
Yeah.
All right, now you're on the standard custom bike. All right, let me see what you think.
Ready? like this one a lot.
You like that one?
Yeah, this one's better than that one for sure. Custom bike.
All right, so you like this one more?
Yes.
What do you like more about it?
It's a lot smoother to ride than that one because it like rolls way better.
It rolls faster?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for being in the video.
No problem. I'll watch it.
In conclusion, how do I feel about the $500 bike versus the roughly $3,000 bike? I don't know exactly what this bike costs to build, but it'd be in the $3,000 to $3,500, mainly for the titanium parts, fancy hub and custom built frame if you were to have that built. To my thoughts, this is still an amazing deal for 500 bucks. I just can't get over the fact of how they didn't have this when I was a younger guy. It makes you wonder how far, maybe how farther you could have advanced as a very beginner rider with a proper BMX bike. I would urge anybody that's looking to get their little ones on a BMX bike, or if you're just a little one looking for a BMX bike, look in the complete of the Sunday category. They do not make the only completes. Most of the brands that make completes, they're all similarly priced. Quality is very similar. Some are better, some are worse. Generally the price tag, shows you what's better or worse. But like I said earlier, the only thing I would really change first thing on this bike would be brake pads. That's the biggest one. Can't really get around the weight issue, at least in my mind, the weight issue without spending a lot of money. And at that point, why are you starting with this? So brake pads, and this bike is solid. If I was going to go farther than pads, just tires, just foldable tires, that would make a massive difference. But I mean, at the end of the day, I love this little steed. This is my favorite bike I've ever had, but everybody knows the bike that they have right now is their favorite bike. Otherwise, it wouldn't be the bike they're riding. Get out there, ride bikes. But I am looking forward to giving this bike away next weekend from filming this. So hopefully this video is out before I give it away. If not, you'll see both videos coming through. As always, thanks for watching. Ride bikes, have fun. Peace.